Let me also greet our visitors who are here, our friends from media, of course, those who are watching now via live, no? So, Carla, can you lead the singing of the birthday song of Sir Torres? Dili na ka, oh.
Oh my God.
Dito ka. Dili. Okay na. Okay. Shall we? Stand up. Please rise.
Oh my God, Lord. Okay. Lagi, for first time, sir. Oh my God. History. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Handa, I already sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Pastor. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Postors. Yay!
Happy birthday, Sir Torres.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and the honorable members of the City Council. Thank you very much.
Pilang edad daw ni mo? Secret? Anyway, Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya, please proceed.
Happy birthday, Turks. Thank you, sir. Kabatch ko ni sa Sanggunian.
Dugay-dugay na yun.
30 years. Anyway, 29 or tomorrow? Is it?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Dili day San Miguel. Di San Miguel man.
Ay, ubo.
September 29 is the feast day of
San Miguel?
San Miguel. Anyway, that's for the family to decide whether it's coincidental or not.
Yeah.
So, I move, Madam Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, for the dispensation of the reading of the minutes of meeting on September 19, 2022, considering that all members have been furnished with copies thereof.
Any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
I likewise move for the approval of the said minutes of meeting.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
We have lone survivor for the special report because Councilor James Judith happily accepted and yielded for this gentleman. But he insisted that we should have a new technology for zero recovery for sanitation, Madam Presiding Officer. So,
Okay.
may we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Roger Abaday?
Councilor Roger Abaday, you recognize?
Sanitize up. Follow the protocol. Thank you very much, Majority Floor, our beloved presiding officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, my colleagues in the 20th City Council, all our friends who are watching us online and here in the gallery. Mayong hapon kaninyong tanan. Happy birthday po, Mr. Secretary Torx. Okay. So, my report is all about zero waste management, about the new technology. But before that, Madam Chair and my colleagues, as the chairman of the Environment Protection Committee, I would like to give a shed light regarding our law, the implementation of solid waste management. It's about almost a decade nga hantod karon ang nasod sa Pilipinas. Wa pa gyud kasulbaran. Problema gyud sa garbage. In Metro Manila alone, according to the news, there are about, according to the National Solid Waste Management Division, the country generated about 21 million metric tons of waste per annum. This is translated to a weight of average waste generated per capita, no, of 0.40 kilogram per day. Now, di na lang tayo mato sa ubang nasod, ubang lugar sa Pilipinas. Di na lang tayo sa Cagayan de Oro. According to Clean Rock, as of this date, no, there are about 1,000 tons of waste per day. So a total of 30,000 tons per month, excluding naapay municipality sa Misamis Oriental nga dump sa atong sanitary landfill karon. So problema gid kayo kay until now there was no complete compliance of our of this law gikan sa provinces down to the barangay. Nalibog na ang mga tao karon unsay tumano nila nga blaod kining national law, ordinances, barangay ordinances, so nalibog na. Now, kita sa Pilipinas problema ta sa atong basura unsaon nato pag dispose ug unsaon nato pag kining pagkip, no? Unta na naman tayo sanitary landfill, pero my friends, no, in the city council, if you try to visit our landfill today sa Pagalungan, landfill ryod, walay sanitary. Kay ang tanan collected nga waste, igo raman dito ilubong tabunan, mura gyud ito tabon na. Anugon kayo ang atong mga litsis na diya, anugon kayo wala magpaymuslan unta that could generate power and that could generate materials that can be recyclable and could be of use sa syudad, and it will make a city can generate funds out of our sanitary landfill. Now, nakaproblema ang Pilipinas o kita, pero ang Sweden, ako ipakita karon, sila ga-import og basura, problema nila kawa na sila basura. Ga-import sila basura, gamay ra kini nga nasod ang Sweden, pero nganong kinahanglan sila basura. So, I would like to show, please bear me, no, to show to you on slide about Sweden, no, with how did they generate, dispose o giun sa nila pag treat ang ilang mga basura o kanang ilang ipamalit nga basura sa tibuok kalibutan mo import sila kay kinahanglan sila basura. So a complete reversal to our situation. Please pwede na makuan. Oh, that is in Sweden, no? Kadto naman siguro mo sa Sweden, di ba? Okay, so please have a reflection later, no?
Sa ay problema kung saan nila itatapon ang kanilang gabundok na mga basura, ngunit sa Sweden ay kabaliktaran naman ang kanilang problema. Nagkukulang sila sa basura. Sa katunayan, nag-i-import o kumukuha pa nga sila ng mga basura galing sa ibang bansa. Mahigit 2 milyong tonelada ng basura ang tinatanggap ng Sweden mula sa ibang bansa bawat taon. Kahit pa may mga basura na galing sa kanilang mamamayan, kulang na kulang ito. Kaya naman, napipilitan ang Sweden na mag-angkat ng basura galing sa ibang bansa. Ngunit bakit nga ba sila nag-i-import ng basura? Ano ang ginagawa nila dito? Noong taong 2013, naging isyu ang pagtatambak ng Canada ng basura sa Pilipinas.
Canada, Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte has issued
Unsightly and smelly shipment today. We are talking.
Philippines is getting down to work on some trashy business.
Bagay na ikinagalit ng marami nating kababayan at ng dating Pangulong Duterte.
They better pull that thing out or I will set sail doon sa Canada, ibuhos ko yung basura nila.
Halos gabundok na nga ang ating mga landfills, dinagdagan pa ng Canada. Ngunit mas malala naman sa India dahil ang landfill nila sa New Delhi ay umabot na sa taas na 213 feet at tumataas ito ng 32 feet a year. Dahil sa dami ng basura na araw-araw ding tinatambak, naiipon ito at talaga namang umaalingasaw. Sa sobrang dami ng basura, kadalasan ay nagiging problema pa kung saan ito ilalagay. Kung sa ibang bansa, problema ang napakaraming basura, mayroon namang ibang lugar na nag-i-import nito. Tama ang inyong narinig. May mga bansang willing tumanggap ng basura mula sa ibang bansa. Kabilang na sa kanila ang Sweden. Ngunit bakit nga ba nag-i-import ng basura ang Sweden? At anong ginagawa nila dito? Upang maintindihan natin ang pag-i-import ng Sweden ng basura, mahalagang alamin muna natin ang regulasyon at batas doon na nakakaapekto sa kanilang pamumuhay. Ang Sweden ay isa sa mga bansang mayroong efficient recycling system. Sa katunayan, mahigit 99.5% ng kanilang mga basura ay naire-recycle dahil ito sa mga government programs na nag-uudyok sa mga tao at sa mga kumpanya na maging responsable sa kanilang waste products. Ngunit bukod sa recycling ay may mahalaga ring napupuntahan ang mga basura nila. Hindi lingid sa kaalaman ng lahat na napakalamig sa Sweden. Dahil malapit ito sa North Atlantic, halos buong taon ay winter season dito. Dahil sa malamig na klima, tumataas din ang demand para sa kuryente na ginagamit ng mga residente upang painitin ang kanilang mga tahanan. Dito na pumapasok ang kahalagahan ng basura para sa kanila. Maraming power plants sa Sweden ang gumagamit ng basura upang magkaroon ng energy. Matapos sunugin, ang mga basura ay maglalabas ng heat na siya namang magpapower sa mga turbines na nag-generate ng kuryente. Ngunit alam nyo ba na hindi lamang sa basura kumukuha ng kuryente ang bansang ito? Mayroon din silang iba pang sources ng renewable energy, gaya na lamang ng nuclear at hydro plants. Sa kabila nito, hindi maitatangging malaki pa rin ang kontribusyon ng mga basura. Taon-taon, tinatayang mahigit 10 milyon na residente sa Sweden ang nakikinabang mula sa kuryente galing sa mga basura. Ngunit saan naman sila nakakakuha ng sapat na basura upang paandarin ang mga power plants? Ang mga European countries gaya na lamang ng Norway at United Kingdom ay nag-e-export ng basura sa Sweden. Dahil sa dami ng kanilang mga basura, halos wala na itong mapaglagyan at wala rin silang kapasidad upang i-recycle ito. Kaya naman, binabayaran nila ang Sweden upang ipadala ang kanilang mga basura. Ayon sa mga reports, taon-taon ay mahigit 2.5 milyong tonelada ng basura ang tinatanggap ng Sweden mula sa ibang bansa. Sa ganitong paraan, hindi na sila gagastos para sa landfill at magkakaroon din ng basura ang Sweden para sa mga power plants nito. Maituturing na win-win nga naman ang sitwasyong ito. Ayon sa ABS.net, kumita ang Sweden ng $100 million o humigit kumulang 5.5 billion pesos bawat taon mula sa basurang tinatanggap nila galing sa ibang bansa. Doble ang kita ng Sweden dahil una, binabayaran sila ng ibang bansa para sa pagtanggap ng kanilang basura at pangalawa, nako-convert pa nila ang mga basurang ito into electricity na pinakikinabangan ng bansa. Ngayon ay alam nyo na ang kahalagahan ng basura sa Sweden. Kaya naman sa susunod na magtatapon ka ng basura, isipin mo muna na maaari din palang makatulong ito sa ibang tao. Talaga nga namang kahanga-hanga ang waste system management ng Sweden. Sino nga ba naman ang mag-aakalang may silbi pala ang mga basura? Hindi lang ito basta-basta dapat itapon, kundi dapat ay i-recycle din upang mapakinabangan pa. This is your Ate O from our Republic. Hanggang sa muli and stay awesome.
Okay, thank you very much for bearing with my presentation. No? Actually, I intended to present that so that you could help me to source out investors, no, who would invest in our city to look like what Sweden has done. No? Now, dili imposible. I heard, wala pa sa Mindanao, pero I heard in Visayas and Luzon, they do some type of system, no? Technology. So, kung gusto ninyo we will really implement the zero waste management in Cagayan de Oro. So atong tabangan, we will source out investors in Cagayan de Oro to make us or to look like what Sweden has presented it in the video. So that is the very essence of bringing that video, Madam Chair and my colleagues, so that we have the idea to improve our system of not only collection, taman na ta sa collection, taman na ta sa landfill mo nga di na to mapaymuslan ang mga basura kanang gibutang diya sa landfill nga para sa gihimo sa Sweden. So in the end, that this will also potentially enable us, especially our future generation, to have a clean, healthy environment, no, and protection of our nature, Madam Chair and my colleagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilor Roger Abaday. That was a very good report. So, any comment? Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Ayan Macnacaya.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. For now, Madam Presiding Officer, the law does not allow the burning. Even in our backyard, it's not allowed to burn garbage. And much more if we allow authority, we provide authority to our own operation at the sanitary landfill. So perhaps if there are changes under the present setup, we could operate like Sweden. But it's being especially authorized by the national legislation, not by the local legislation, Madam Presiding Officer. So it's a bit concerned that we proceed with inviting investors to undertake similarly as introduced by Councilor Roger Abaday.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Ayan Macnacaya.
But we will refer it to the committee.
Yeah.
On
Okay,
the environment.
anyway, yeah, there's nothing impossible naman. Let's just hope, no, na someday, mabot gyapon sa ato.
But to me, we'll not invite garbage, Madam Presiding Officer. We already have enough.
Garbage. Anyway, sige lang, let us refer to the committee, no?
On environment of
On environment.
Councilor Abaday.
Okay.
Maybe perhaps to review the national law, and maybe we can also recommend appropriate action.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, Councilor Attorney James Judith.
Madam Chair, atong tinahod nga halangdon nga Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, atong tinahod nga mga kauban nga konsehal dinhi sa atong konseho, sa atong mga bisita sa inyong tanan, atong pinanggang katawan sa Dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro, dili asdang maupay pagabot. Maupay pagabot ni Councilor Pascual. Di bitaw, katong giingon ni, di ba ko pa man niabot si Councilor Pascual po? Di bitaw, sa katong giingon ni Councilor Abaday, ako para lang ni note nga, actually nasugdan naman gyud ang kaning bahin sa recycling. Kaya gani, kung nasayra ni Councilor Abaday, ni Madam Chair, naata din ni ganig, murag ang nag-sponsor mo siguro adto ang Shell Philippines, kanabitong ang sa basura, mahimo siyang murag hollow block or substitute sa hollow block. Sakto si Majority Floor Leader, ayan na kaya, nasa Makabalan. Murag ka na, isa lang na, gamail siyang mabutang, pero at least nakasugod ta, nga ang basura day, pwede na ito magamit, labi na sa construction industry, nga kana nga butang. Nasugdanan na siya, Councilor Abaday. Ang kulang lang siguro, katong imong gingon, nga sakto po si Councilor Nakaya, katong sunog manggod ang basihan atong sa Sweden. Pero, maski wala to, sigun sa katulang sa ato lang inisyatibo din naa na ta katong pagsugod nga magamit nato ang basura, mahimong hollow blocks. Gani nagplano gay kumukuha ato para i-showcase nako bali sa katawan nga magamit man day sa versatile man day na ang kanang blocks.
Okay.
Mora to, daghang salamat o
Thank you.
asdang Cagayan de Oro.
Councilor Osdam. Anyway, actually, okay. Councilor Roger Baday.
I was informed that this technology is already existing in the Philippines. In fact, it is already, the Cavite has already started so long and in Metro Cebu. They are now adopting this technology. Perhaps we can invite these investors to invest in our city without the expense of the city at their own expense in the form of PPP. That will be good, Madam Chair and my colleagues.
Okay. I would like also to share, no, when I was still a barangay chair, we have this bioreactor. The bioreactor we will be getting all the garbage, in fact, sa merkado, among gakwaon. Pero dili mo igo, kay gamay ra kayo ang basura. And the bioreactor will help no through drying, dili sunog drying, and then convert it to fertilizer. Unfortunately, I was able to produce 200 sacks of fertilizers coming from the basura. But then, unfortunately, pag sendong, apil ang akong pamilya nalunod in town, uban sa bioreactor. So, that bioreactor is from the OST, no, through the effort of the congressman. So, dako-dako ginunta itong tabang, but then, malagi na, pagkasendong, naanod hasta ang tibok pamilya sa kala-kala makasandig. So, these are the things that we have to consider nga possibly sa mahitabo no, in the near future, our investors or our partners, the OST, they can help us with that also. So, thank you very much. Any more comments? Wala na. Can we proceed? Councilor Ayan Magdakaya?
To be referred to the Environment Committee.
Yes.
We now proceed to the agenda proper, Madam Presiding Officer. The first item is a proposed resolution number 2022-90, confirming an appointment. The appointment of Ms. Ivy S. Guantero as City Government Department Head 2, City Information Officer with all rights and privileges pertinent thereto. Before the proper motion, may we ask the kind indulgence of the presiding officer as well as our colleagues in the council that we suspend the rules to allow Ms. Gualberto to participate in the proceeding. I move to suspend the rules, Madam
Any
Presiding
second?
Officer.
Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
May we
We'd
ask
like to
Ms. Ivy?
Ms. Ivy Guantero.
Maybe she can introduce herself, her background, and particularly relative to her new post at the council, at the city government.
Madam Chair, Honorable Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, and the honorable members of the City Council of Cagayan de Oro City, maayong hapon. I am Ivy Guantero, born and raised in the city of Golden Friendship. I finished high school from Lourdes College High School, went to college at the University of Santo Tomas and Xavier University, where I earned, where I finished my Bachelor of Science major in biology. I also earned units in AB English, wherein I learned about journalism, advanced grammar and composition, among others. I have also earned my master's in business administration from the same university. I have been with SM for 19 years, handling marketing and public relations. Public relations is the communication arm of SM Supermalls. And I used to hold the department head position. Thus, the task of the City Information Officer on information dissemination, as well as promotion on activities, programs, and projects of the city government are not new to me at all. In fact, I have collaborated with Honorable Bernie Esparcia when he used to work with ABS-CBN. We had promotional projects with Gahi Tabay, and I am excited to do another project which we will be launching very soon. I have also worked with many of you, and some of you have been to our mall events, no? Attended our mall events. Thank you, Honorable Suset Magtahas Daba, Honorable J. Roa Pascual, Honorable Girly Balaba,
Ibog mo, no?
Honorable Ivy Moreno, Honorable Romy Caliso. Thank you also, Honorable George Go King, Honorable Ayan Mark Nakaya, and Honorable Edgar Cabadlas for the many partnerships we had in the past. Thank you, Honorable Doctora Malu Gaane, Honorable Evie Emano for the warm welcome. And of course, thank you also to Honorable Aga Suwan, Honorable Roger Abaday, Honorable Jose Pepe Abo Jr., who's I just discovered is a neighbor. Honorable James Judith, Honorable Ayan Achas, and Honorable John Michael Seno.
Yes.
And of course, to our dear Vice Mayor, Honorable Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, for being welcoming during the ELA workshops.
Yeah. Actually, we are seatmates sa Ella. But then I'm so sorry, I was not able to, kanilaging walay glasses, no? I was smiling at you, but I didn't recognize you kung gadalag glasses.
No worries.
Anyway.
I wish to work with all of you, and as I am transitioning to my new role in public service, please be assured that I will be doing my utmost best to be of service to you and the people of Cagayan de Oro. Maayong hapon ug daghang salamat sa inyong tanan.
Thank you. Welcome and congratulations, Ma'am Ivy.
Her title is Miss, Madam.
Oh, Miss. Yeah, Miss Ivy. Yeah. Giklaro gyud ha, Miss Ivy.
You're not Misters or Mister.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if there are no questions, Madam Presiding Officer, maybe we
Let's
can proceed.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I move to lift the suspension of the rules.
Session is rules suspended, rules lifted, session resumed.
Okay. Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
So congratulations to Miss Ivy Guantero.
Guantero.
Okay. So may we proceed to item number 2 and 3, Madam
Okay,
Presiding
please
Officer.
proceed.
Thank you. So omnibus motion for items 2 and 3 for having the same subject matter. Number 2 is proposed resolution number 2022-91, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 4 its ordinance number 01-2022 series of 2022. And 3, proposed resolution number 2022-92, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 15, this city, its ordinance number 02-022, series of 2022, covering the respective supplemental budget number 1 for calendar year 2022, with estimated incomes, with the information that said ordinances are operative in their entirety. May we ask the chair to recognize Councilor Michael Seno on behalf
Councilor
of
Michael
Councilor
Sano,
Lim.
you're recognized.
Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer. Considering that it has gone through the approval of the Local Finance Committee, I so move resolution number 2022-91.
And 92.
2022 That's 9-2, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Councilor Seno. Any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Any second? Objection? Motion is hereby carried.
For number 4, we have a proposed resolution number 2022-93, accrediting the First Community Cooperative FICO for purposes of its membership in the local special bodies pursuant to the ILG Memorandum Circular number 2022-083 and Article 64, Rule 13 of the Rules and Regulations implementing the 1991 Local Government Code, or funding its project from the city or other sources as required under the COA circular pertinent thereto. Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 5 is proposed ordinance number 2022-35, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, with the Department of Social Welfare and Development, DSWD, Regional Field Unit number 10, represented by Regional Director Ramel F. Hamen, covering the implementation of the 12th cycle of the Supplemental Feeding Program under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Joylene Mercedes Gurley L. Balaba.
Councilor Joylene Mercedes Balaba, you recognize?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. I move for the proposal of ordinance number 2022-35.
Any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 6 is proposed ordinance number 2022-36, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the terms of partnership with the Department of Health Center for Health Development Northern Mindanao, represented by its Director 4, Dr. Jose R. Leacona, Jr., MD, MPH, CISO 3, for the implementation of the citywide health programs under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Maria Lourdes Gaani.
Councilor Lourdes Gaani, you recognize.
Ay hapon kadatong tanan. Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the approval of proposed ordinance number 2022-36.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 7 is proposed ordinance number 2022-37, authorizing the city accountant to charge the sum of 8,702 pesos and 90 centavos from the item non-office social services sector water expenses in the 2022 annual budget to cover payment of the unpaid water bill of the Cagayan de Oro City Technical Vocational Institute, CDOC, TVI, with the Cagayan de Oro City Water District, COWD, for the month of October 2022. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Romeo Calizo.
Councilor Romeo Calizo, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Having met all the requirements and everything is in order, move to approve said ordinance, Madam Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second? Objection? Motion is hereby carried.
Number 8 is proposed ordinance number 2022-38, appropriating the sum of 120,809 pesos from the item continuing appropriation, calendar year 2029 annual budget, non-office, land acquisition, expropriation to be made available for the payment of the claim for just compensation of improvements, plants and trees of the herein claimants which were affected by the right-of-way for road opening from livestock farm to Purok 7, located in Barangay Balubal City, and for this purpose authorizing the Honorable City Mayor to sign the corresponding deeds of absolute sale thereof as listed under claimants 1 to 10 and the appraisal value, Madam Presiding Officer. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. The proposed ordinance number 2022-38 is proper. Having been reviewed by the committee, I move for its approval.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
We have for inclusion, Madam Presiding Officer, plus as items 9A, B, and 10A and B as supplied by the City Secretary, and number 11. Move for their inclusion, Madam Presiding Officer.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
9A and B, proposed ordinance number 2022-39, declaring the lands generated by the DPWH construction of the coastal highway from Barangay Lapasan to Barangay Puerto de City as reclamation area for the city government's proprietary use, and for this purpose prohibiting any person or entity from developing or occupying the same without the city government's permission. And B, proposed resolution number 2022-94, declaring as a matter of policy of the city government of Cagayan de Oro the reclamation of areas along its coastal areas to usher urban renewal, development, and metropolization, and signifying its intention to apply with the Philippine Reclamation Authority, PRA, for this purpose. We ask the Chair again to recognize Councilor Ed Cabanlas for the two items.
Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, Majority Floor Leader. But before I move, I would like to say something in explanation of this proposal.
Okay, see, Councilor.
Now, I have here the proposed, the copy of the proposed 1,500 hectare Cordova reclamation project. We are benchmarking now with our intention to declare and use the lands generated by the construction of our coastal road for government use of the city. Now, let us remember that the city is the owner of all lands within its territorial jurisdiction. So whatever land is added to the city, it becomes a city property. But it requires the approval of the national government. It needs a presidential proclamation. Now, Madam Chair, we are opening the floodgates of socio-economic prosperity in the city of Cagayan de Oro with the creation and establishment of this reclamation project. In our meeting with all the stakeholders, like the director of the Bureau of the DPWH, director of the DNR, the DSUD, and the different departments of our city government, we are happy that we initiated this project. Now, it is estimated that we can generate up to 500 to 800 hectares of new land added to the city. And the purpose of this would be housing, commercial, and industrial projects. Now, but as I said, with this proposal now, these ordinances that we will be passing, this will trigger the authority of the city government to conduct a joint survey to be coordinated with the office of the DPWH and the DNR and the city of Cagayan de Oro. We will conduct a joint survey to determine the actual size of this to be generated lands. Now, once we have the correct meets and bounds and technical description of this proposed reclamation project, we will then apply for the approval of the Philippine Reclamation Authority. But we need a lot of approval from other agencies, like the NEDA, like the DNR, and the Office of the President. The Office of the President will issue the presidential proclamation declaring the generated land, the reclamation area, to be part and parcel of the city of Cagayan de Oro, and also declaring the same as alienable and disposable land. So, masyada gini kayo, and I hope nga in our term, as now, we can approve this. This will be legacy that we will be living, sharing with our people of Cagayan de Oro. This will change the landscape of our cities. Now, I heard that once we have this reclamation, Cagayan de Oro City Port will become the biggest port of Mindanao. All businessmen, shippers from Davao will transfer here in Cagayan de Oro. Why? Because it is much easier that goods coming from Manila will be downloaded here in the city, in our port, then transported by land to Davao, to Zamboanga. It's much shorter than the ship going around like that. So the ini kayong improvement, and we have the proposal. We have studied. We will try to study the Cebu reclamation project, the north and the south, and we will also study the Manila reclamation project. And sige lang karon paspasun tani, then later on studyan tani kay daghang atong pa environmental impact and everything. Og we will be creating the Cagayan de Oro City Reclamation Authority, and this will now connect with the PPA, the Philippine Reclamation Authority, and all other stakeholders of this project. Thank you very much, Madam Chair, and I move for the approval of these two proposals.
Thank you very much, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Yes, Councilor Ayan Chas? Oh, no. Any second? Any objection? Discussion? Objection? Discussion. Councilor Ayan Chas, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair, to our members of this body and to our fellow Cagayanon. I am very happy, Madam Chair, for the proposed ordinance of Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. I remember when I was a punong barangay of Barangay Puerto, we already made a study about the coastal area of the Barangay Puerto. If there will be a coastal road or a bypass road construction in the coastal area, Barangay Puerto will generate 10 hectares of vacant lands. That's why I am very happy that this ordinance should be in a hurry, I think, Attorney Ed Cabanlas, because one of the proposed plan of Barangay Puerto is to create Barangay Puerto as the hub of northern Mindanao, even in Cagayan de Oro, because the 10 hectares of land that we studied, it can generate a port between Puerto to Leyte. This is a study of the barangay, as well as this 10 hectares of land, Madam Chair, can generate additional commercial area or commercial growth. Number one, a 10 hectare can be intended for malls, additional malls, or even spaces for parking lots, or even a terminal. So, probably a terminal hub is necessary, Madam Chair, because if you can see, there is already congestion in the traffic in Cagayan de Oro. Probably this is a solution. If there is another land to be reclaimed by the city, I think it is applaudable, Madam Chair, to fast-track this ordinance. I second this ordinance, Madam Chair. Thank you,
Thank
Madam
you
Chair.
very much, Councilor Ayan Chas. Yes, Councilor Attorney James Judith.
Madam Chair, inani lang, akong nabantayan, point of inquiry lang, Madam Chair. Siguro sa matter of styling lang ni, kaya akong gitanaw, nakabutang magod din sa proposed ordinance number 2022-39, declaring the lands generated by the DPWH construction of the coastal highway from Barangay Lapasan to Barangay Puerto. Akong klarohon, wala man gud tay gahom ang atong dakbayan nga mo deklara nga reclamation area kani kun dili siguro kay gitan-aw man kun ako sa summary of discussion wala man pud mi naisgutan labi na sa chairman sa pagtukian ni Councilor Cabanlas wala man mi nagingon nga natay power nga mo declare nga reclamation area kun dili mo identify siguro ang atong dakbayan for endorsement dito sa PRA nga kani siya para reclamation area. Klaroon ko lang ni sa styling siguro ni Boss Torx dili declaring the lands generated by the DPW's construction the coastal highway from Barangay Lapasan to Barangay Puerto kundi siguro identifying the lands for endorsement to the PRA or Philippine Reclamation Authority sa atong kanang i-reclaim i-identify nato wala ta ingon nga mo deklara nga kani sila lands for kanang reclamation. So, naamag ko dako nga diferensya kung ingon ta nga natay gahom nga mo deklara nga kani sila yuta para reclamation. Kundi mo identify, mo tumbok lang ang atong dakbayan nga kani sila nga mga yuta mo ni siya atong i-endorse dito sa PRA nga reclamation area, maayo nga reclamation area nga tugutan bali sa presidente or PRA. Mao lang to. Daghang salamat.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Attorney James Judith. Yes, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya.
The purpose of the Committee on Urban, Rural, Poor and Housing Development declaring the generated lands and identifying which is has already been identified, Madam Presiding Officer, which forms part already in the mainland. Because if you will see that there exists a coastal road, but there are two sides of these coastal roads. The interior, which has already been part of the area to be reclaimed, considering that it's not yet totally filled with land. That's the intention. It's not the open ocean, Madam Presiding Officer. The open ocean is for the second item.
So this is only the reclamation area.
Yes.
Okay.
And for whatever purpose, if indeed there is a need for the styling to suit the request of Councilor James Judith, we submit, Councilor Cabanlas, we submit to at the proper time, when the presiding officer signs these documents, if it suits the proposal of Councilor James, we submit to the styling.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya. Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, you're recognized.
This was the proposal, the recommendation of the DPWH.
Okay.
Because once they will receive this, they will know about this, then there will be a realignment and readjustment of the coastal road. Doon ay readjustment nilang himuon kung ating i-declare, nga naman, kay butangan na din nila sa mga preparation for our reclamation project. Now, nga nung ginana na ito na pasulti, kay parang way musulod.
Okay.
Delikado kayo. Munang nitabo karon sa ibang lugar. Sumintas tanto, wa pa mahuman ng coastal road, o ato na pugan ang mga tao para di ta maglisod po niya pagpapahawa.
Okay.
Di ba?
Yes.
So muna nga atong tuyo nga ma-preserve na to ang area.
Okay.
We are prohibiting people from rushing into this vacant property. Positioning na dayon, wala na maglisod na dayon ta.
Okay.
So importante kayo.
Thank you, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Yes, Councilor Attorney James Judith.
Mo gani wala ko supak Madam Chair. Ang ako lang giklaro. So kung katong giingon ni Councilor Cabanlas nga prohibiting any person or entity from developing or occupying the same without the city government's permission, maghimo ta na lahi siya nga ordinansa. Ang kani akong pasabot sa declaring the lands, wala lagi tay power kundi ang styling siguro nga i-endorse nato ang katong mga yuta nga ma-identify nato nga para sa endorsement dito sa PRA. So siguro, katupita akong gingon, sakto sa Majority Floor Leader Ayan Nakaya, styling. Pero kung naaman to, katong pinaka-intention gyud nato, pinaka-tumong gyud bali, matod pa sa gibungat na ni Councilor Cabanlas, katong i-deklara quote-unquote katong para di sila makasulod, wala may problema ana, pero on a separate nga ordinance or siguro section. Pero ang ako lang is klarohon lang nato para mubagay gid siya bahaong ta sa legal nga punto legal nga dili lagi ta makadeklara kun dili mutumbok ta sa kato. Styling naman siguro, Boss Torx. Magiklaro lang ako, majority floor leader. Styling lang. Wala, ako lang, giklaro lang nako ba? Dili sa ingon nga opposition or something.
Whatever that suits
the Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, yeah? So, okay ra? So, there will be changes lang sa styling lang, sa wording, okay? So, Councilor Girly Balaba, Joylyn Balaba.
Thank you, Madam Chair. May hapon sa tanan. Ako lang observation no kay as Councilor Cabanlas is the chairperson of the Committee on Urban and Rural Poor and Housing Development, and Councilor James Judith is the vice chair. Sila palang duha, wala na sila nagkasinabot. Pwede ba nato ni siya ibalik na lang sa committee, tapos dito sila maglantugi kung unsa ba gayon ang
Actually, Councilor Balaba, thank you ha. Wala sila naglalis, no? There will be only a little sa styling lang, gamay lang kayo nga giusab na wording na siguro, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya. Ayaw mo pag-away, ha? Nga. Okay, styling lang. So is that okay with you, Councilor Girly? Is it okay with you? Styling lang. Gamay lang.
Observation lang to kang
Lagi.
Girly.
So, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, okay ra? Gamay ra nga styling. Nalay changes gamay. Okay ra? Okay.
Whatever suits the...
You do not quarrel. No. You're friends, I know. Whatever suits, yeah. Okay. So, gamay lang nga changes.
Pero
Okay.
observation to ni Councilor Girly, that should not be set aside.
Yes.
Councilor Judith being the vice chair, and Councilor...
Yeah. Actually, usahay because of the, styling the wordings, no? But then, negligible na kaayo. But we cannot be postponing this,
Correct.
This is very important. So, we should proceed on this.
Kapaninuhod si Girly.
You did not
The motion, Madam Presiding Officer, is for the approval.
Yeah.
Subject to
Approval na ta,
styling.
so that this can be, na.
Yes.
Okay. So, listen, we are approving already. So, are we okay? Approval. So, any second? Second. Any objection? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second and final reading of items 9A and B.
Second. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Reminder na sino to kang Councilor Girly nga kung ang vice chairman mo agree sa chairman. Labi na kung nakapirma ka.
Yes.
Okay na, girl. Okay na. For items 10A and B, Madam Presiding Officer, may I proceed?
Okay, please proceed.
Na may conference room available.
Okay.
Anyway, tumpang James, babae na, James. Now, 10A is proposed resolution number 2022-95 approving the Supplemental Annual Investment Program, SAIP number 2 for calendar year 2022 of the City Government of Cagayan de Oro. And B, proposed ordinance number 2022-40 approving the supplemental budget number 2 of the General Fund and supplemental budget number 2 of the Special Account Local Economic Enterprises Utilities, both for calendar year 2022 with an estimated incomes of 55,858,038 pesos and 80,800,000 pesos, respectively, against estimated expenditures of the same amounts. Move for the approval of items 10A and B, Madam Presiding Officer.
Any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Any second? Any objection? Okay, I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
For item number 11, that's the proposal of our minority floor leader. 11 is proposed resolution number 2022-96, commending the Roads and Traffic Administration, RTA, for initiating the Coastal Highway Operation Mobile Patrol CHOMP, thereby facilitating the smooth flow of traffic at the city's coastal highway. May we ask the chair to recognize Councilor James Judith II.
Councilor Attorney James Judith, you're recognized.
Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Thank you, Madam Chair. I move, Madam Chair, for the approval of proposed resolution numbers 2022-96, commending the RTA, Madam Chair, for the initiation or the activation of what you call this, the CHAMP, or City Highway Obstruction Mobile Patrol.
Any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? Motion is hereby carried.
Councilor Cabanlas and all the members are also seeking for a resolution for inclusion, Madam Presiding Officer. We express our deepest condolence to the bereaved family of Justice Lagamon. Move for its inclusion.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried. Judge Lagamon.
As expressed earlier, for the bereaved family, our deepest condolences to former Justice Lagamon, Madam Presiding Officer. Move for its approval.
Any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
There being no other item pending, move to adjourn.
Session adjourned. Safe trip ha, katumang biyahe ha. Happy trip. Dili ko. Wala ba ko naka?